Honestly, there's a few teammates here that I'm just starting to get a little pissed off with. Hey, what are you doing over here anyway? Yeah, be back on your side.
On this episode, mini trucks and major transformations. Things heat up in the garage as the mini masters take on the pickup artists to build the sweetest Chevy S10.
We can take this truck outside right now and drag the ass off it up and down the street. What can they do? Hey, why is the easiest part of the truck taking 2 days to build?
Which low-riding mini truck will dance away with the competition?
2 cars, 2 teams, and 3 days. 2 groups of gearheads try to outgun each other in the garage, turning average autos into amazing rides. It all happens under the expert eye of champion rally car driver Andrew Comrie-Picard. It's a battle to the finish line on Floor of the Wheels.
The Chevy S10 mini pickup. Maybe the most boring small delivery truck on the market. But put one in the hands of a certain species of creative customizer, and chances are you'll get a slam-down, head-turning ride. This week we've got 2 S10s from the mid-90s and 2 teams ready to turn them into jaw-dropping show trucks. But first, our judges inspect the vehicles.
Well, boys, looks like we got a 95 truck here. Gonna add an airbag suspension. Gonna have to cut out all this. I think it's gonna look pretty good.
Our first judge is Richard Coote, who literally wrote the book on lowriders. The mechanical engineer and tool designer is the author of Science of Hydraulic Suspension.
A little bit of work ahead of him. What do you think of the paint and bodywork, Brian?
Well, the paint on this truck is pretty original. It's in quite good shape. Other than the tailgate here, a bit of rust, but overall they should spend all their time on the rest of it.
Brian Busby is a paint and body expert with Sherwin-Williams. A veteran of car shows and race teams, Brian also builds custom cars and choppers.
Well,
Chico, what are they gonna do here, buddy?
Boy, this is customizer's heaven. A nice door panel to work with. We've got a lot of space behind the seat to put some woofers. And we've got a potential of a nice dash for a stereo and a nice center console.
With more than 25 years car audio experience, Chico Morera has competed for world titles and is the lead designer at 2001 Audio Video.
It'll be interesting to see how far these guys are willing to go.
Let's go check out the other truck.
Yeah, let's
See what
go.
they got.
Another Chevy pickup.
I don't think this team got as lucky as the last team. This one's a little rougher. It looks like somebody's repainted the hood and the front fenders. Looks like it's gonna have to be probably stripped down. As you can see, guys, if you look down the sides, this one's got a lot of dents.
It's definitely not as good as the last one. One door panel is a little different than the others. Steering wheel is already done. They're gonna save a little bit of time on that.
Well, back here it's gonna be the same thing. Airbag suspension. Likely have to cut out the center. Put their airbags in here. But I don't know, I say something's missing over here, Brian.
It looks like we're missing a tailgate. That's not good. Big hole.
A lot of body work ahead of them. I'd say good luck to both these teams.
I do too.
All right, let's go.
The judges will grade the level of improvement the teams make when the 3 days of work are done. Now it's time for the teams to check out their trucks. The pickup artists are experienced bodymen and air ride installers. As a team, they have all the skills needed to turn their S10 into a kick-ass lowrider mini truck.
Good shape. Doesn't look too bad.
Am I going to recognize this truck when you're done with it?
Definitely not. Big wheels, sick paint. Just start hacking it up. It'll be just totally off the hook.
Anchoring the pickup artist team is James Egg Eggerland, a man who has a way with a welding torch. The self-taught fabricator runs his own mod shop, Eggs Customs.
I've been around it all my life, so it's come second nature to me. I wake up and that's all I do is weld and fabricate and fit.
The Mini Masters are experts in body rebuilds and custom audio installing. As a team, they're ready for a challenge.
What do you think of the condition?
That's in pretty good shape, surprisingly, for how old it is.
First up on the Mini Masters team is Carl Lindquist, an experienced backyard mechanic and fabricator who specializes in lowering mini trucks.
Figured drop it down about 9 inches, put it up at the flick of a switch. Can't wait to get at it.
Okay, teams, you've had a peek at your mini trucks. Now for the rules. You've only got 3 days and $12,000 to spend on your rides. Come Judgment Day, the trucks have to be ready to be judged. Then they'll be scored out of 60 points. 20 for the mechanical and lowrider work, 20 for the interior and audio, and 20 for the body and exterior. Now our judges are going to be looking for originality, so I want to see some great trucks. After that, we're going to go to a top lowrider show, and your trucks are going to be judged in a popularity contest. Whoever wins that gets 10 bonus points. Now, we've got skilled lowrider builders on each team here. Pickup artists, how are you guys feeling?
Feeling great, got a good team, good truck to work with. Let's just lay frame.
Mini Masters, how you feeling?
Feeling excellent. I got 3 of the best people on my team. Can't wait to hop, pound, and polish this thing.
You guys all have a lot of work to do, so let's get at it.
It's the start of day 1 in the garage. Both teams are ready to strip down their pickups and turn them into mini truck masterpieces.
Slam it. Air ride, front, back, side, side. It's gonna lay hard, big crazy rims. It's gonna be off the hook.
When the pickup artists get to the competition, their truck will have to bounce without braking. So they'll concentrate on their air ride suspension install.
The air ride suspension and rims eat up a pretty good portion of any kind of budget.
Brad Dorschner is a self-taught mini truck customizer with a passion for S10s.
It's a challenge, nothing's impossible.
Besides tricking out the trucks inside and out, one of the hardest tasks facing both teams is the installation of adjustable suspension systems known as air ride.
Looks like everything's here. Lots of hardware.
Ryan Pite has worked on mini trucks since he was 15, and now he's an award-winning pro audio installer.
What we've got here is our full setup for our air ride we're going to be installing on this pickup truck. Looks like it's all here. We got our bags, our notch, our compressor, all the fittings, all the valves, tanks, everything's here. Looks good.
We're talking about what we're going to do to the truck. I thought about the timeline we had to do it in, and I thought there was no way. There's just no way we were going to get it done.
Stacy Cromwell is a skilled bodyman and owner of CT Auto Collision. Trained in paint and body at a young age, Stacy's always up for a challenge.
Somebody tells me something can't be done, and I'll tell them, yeah, it can.
On the other side of the garage, as part of their strategy to win points at the Lowrider Show, the Mini Masters have decided to do a major rebuild on their box.
Guys that drive S10s will do anything to them. They'll cut the roofs off them, stretch the whole cab, rearrange the whole box in the back. It doesn't matter what you do to it as long as it ends up looking cool.
Frank Barlow is a top audio and interior customizer, known for unique and difficult fiberglass designs. Frank owns Downtown Sounds.
Just got hit in the head.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did that hurt?
A little.
Darcy Farrell is a beginner in car audio and custom work, but knows her way around a garage. She's also Frank's girlfriend.
My mother used to work on her own vehicles, and my grandfather, he's an auto mechanic, so I kind of grew up in a garage.
I don't know too much about airbags or anything. I just know how to do body work and fabrication.
Easton Loche is the team's paint and body specialist. With a talent for eye-catching exteriors, this is his first S10 build.
I figured cars would be a good thing to do because it's a never-ending thing. Always breaking down, always problems, always something.
Meanwhile, Carl has agreed to take on the complex job of installing the Mini Masters air ride all by himself.
I feel I'm perfect for this position. That's basically all I've worked on the last year is nothing but S10s.
The pickup artists are moving ahead with their strip down. While working the wheel wells in preparation for installing larger 18-inch wheels, Brad hits a snag.
No window washer fluid anymore.
Just cut it?
Yeah, I hit it.
Nice!
Got a little spill.
With a little help from her teammates, Darcy's moving fast on the strip down.
We'll never see this truck again.
Getting the interior ready for the audio build.
I don't like the grease and the grime, but I don't mind working on vehicles. It's fun, it's interesting, I'm still learning a lot.
I don't want to offend any girls out there that can put an air ride or anything, but I don't know if Darcy has been around vehicles long enough to be able to help them pull it through.
Though it's weeks of work crammed into only 3 days, neither team is backing down from the challenge.
I don't think their skills are as high as my team combined, but I wish them all the best.
These trucks may be small, but the workload for both teams is extra large, and every hour, every minute is critical. Coming up, where there's smoke, there's fire.
Where'd all that smoke come from? Your exhaust pipe?
Day 1 of our 3-day mini truck build-off is well underway, and both teams are deep into their vehicles.
We want to have this thing going up and down in 4 hours.
To create mini trucks capable of bouncing at the flick of a switch, both teams are adding suspension systems built on inflatable airbags. What would normally take a week to install will have to be done within the tight 3-day time limit.
This here is our valves, our electric valves. Energize this one, sends the air into the bag, which makes the truck go up. Energize this one, dumps the air out, lets the truck go down.
With so little time to get things finished, Tension is building in the garage.
Hey, what are you doing over here anyway? Yeah, be back on your side. This isn't your truck.
While the pickup artists are focused on their air ride system, the biggest challenge for the Mini Masters may be their ambitious truck box. Conceived by Frank, the team's pro audio customizer, the box is being reshaped into a giant smooth bowl.
This part here is going to have an amp, another amp coming up this angle, and then the air tank's going to be back here.
Well, the 2 weeks of work that they're trying to put into 3 days is a lot. If they get it done, I'm going to be very impressed. If not, they won't be finished.
The Mini Masters may have set their sights high, but so far everyone is doing their job.
Just keep cutting it out like that?
Yeah, that's perfect.
All right.
I think everything's going to plan, and I think we're going to be ahead of schedule. We're just all working so good together. We're all getting along. I think we're going to get the job done and come out on top.
On the other side of the shop, Egg's patience is wearing thin.
Oh, I forgot, we gotta move it over an inch.
How about your teammates? How you feeling about them?
Honestly, there's a few teammates here that I just starting to get a little pissed off with. I think they already know that. I've got a couple of them know that a couple times, so hopefully we can all just pull together and get this build done.
But in order to get the job done, differences have to be put aside.
There's a little tension though, like how you getting along right now with Egg? Things
We're going good.
Yeah?
Great, that's how we work. You can't work without a little fight, right?
All right.
All right.
You're a fighter, not a lover. You keep it up.
Despite being a novice in the garage, so far Darcy's impressed her teammates.
She's really surprising me. I'm overwhelmed of her skills, actually.
I've done some like basic car audio installs, but I'm kind of learning as I go here as well.
She's ran all the power wires, RCA ground wires for the stereo. She says she doesn't know what she's doing, but she knows what she's doing.
Our teams know that it doesn't take much to spend $12,000 on a customized build. So we're giving them a chance to get a little extra bang without blowing their budgets. We're going to step outside and play for a free part.
The goal is to test the team's troubleshooting skills by sabotaging the air ride on this truck.
Okay, for this challenge, I'm going to take this Chevy S10 with air suspension, disconnect the compressor so that it won't build pressure to come off the ground, and disconnect this one airbag so that this side won't go up. The team that gets the truck to the fully up position first wins the prize. Okay, Mini Masters, welcome to the challenge. I'm going to give you the chance to win these aftermarket headlights with angel rings around the outside if you're the team that figures out fastest why this Air Ride S10 is stuck in the down position. You get the truck to its full height faster than the other team, you win the prize. How you guys feel?
All right, we can do this.
All right, gentlemen, lady, on your marks, get set, go.
Frank quickly discovers the compressor's been disconnected. He reconnects it so the pressure can build up again.
15 seconds.
But the air ride is still not working.
30 seconds.
He finds the disconnected airbag and reconnects it.
1 minute.
The clock is ticking and the air ride is still not kicking. But the Mini Masters are not sure if they just have to wait for the compressor to recharge or if there's a third problem they haven't discovered. After flipping all the air ride switches, it looks like it's finally working.
2.5 minutes.
The problem now is not enough air in the tank.
3 minutes.
With the air pressure finally built up, the truck raises up to its full height.
Okay, I call that full height at 3 minutes, 45 seconds. All right, well done, guys. Let's get the other team out and see how they do.
Sequestered for the first attempt, the pickup artists will now try to troubleshoot the same problem.
All right, pickup artists, it's your turn at the challenge. You got to get this truck up to its full height, and the time to beat is 3 minutes, 45 seconds. On your marks, get set, go.
It's not rocket science.
15 seconds.
The pickup artists are checking both ends of the truck, but so far can't figure out why the air ride isn't working.
That's 30 seconds.
Just push it to the gas station and pump it up, guys.
Brad reconnects the compressor.
Doesn't look any higher.
1 minute, 45 seconds. Come on, guys.
Lots of time. Take your time.
Finally, Stacy finds the disconnected airbag and reconnects it. But with the clock ticking, will they be able to get the truck to its full height and top the Mini Masters time of 3 minutes and 45 seconds?
2 minutes, 15. It's coming off the ground now. 2:45. 3 minutes, and that's full height at 3 minutes and 8 seconds. Congratulations, guys, you win the prize.
Did you tell them what to do?
No.
How do you feel about winning?
This team always wins.
Enjoy the headlights.
There's no way they figured that out.
All right, guys, let's get back to work.
Back in the garage, the teams are back to the grind. The pickup artists are breezing along on their air ride.
We're hoping to be driving it by the end of the first day. That's our goal, is to have the air ride in and the rims and everything mounted.
It's late in day one, and both teams have made a lot of progress. The Mini Masters have done a lot of their interior, the paint prep's going really well, and they're now starting on the air suspension. The pickup artists have done a lot of the rear suspension mounting, quite a bit in the front, and nothing yet in the interior. But right now, I'd call it a dead heat.
Our rear suspension's damn near done. Theirs is nowhere near it.
But with Carl doing the work alone, the Mini Masters air suspension appears to be stalled, and his teammates are starting to sweat.
I don't know if he's ever done one so complicated before. I think this was Carl's first one.
Really big challenge. A bit slow. I'm just working by myself.
Carl is good at doing it at home, but now seeing him work under pressure, I would have preferred someone else. When push comes to shove, it's a little hard for him to just keep bearing through it.
While tension builds on one team, the pickup artists are finding their rhythm to get the job done.
I have one in my box, check it out. I got one there, snag it. Whenever someone needs a hand, we're there to do it. That's team spirit. You gotta be like that or your team's not gonna work.
But at this breakneck pace, anything can happen. Suddenly, fire breaks out in the team's bay.
There we go. Brad was sorting out the shot, and there was a rubber mount up in there. It caught fire, and we couldn't put it out with water, so it just kept burning. So someone grabbed the fire extinguisher and put it out that way.
Got a little burn. No big deal. Everything's still good.
The fire is out quickly. Then on the other side of the garage, it happens again.
It's okay, everybody. We had a little fire, but we're all okay.
This fire causes more damage by melting some wires, and that will add more work to the Mini Masters' long list.
No, Carl knows what he's doing, I think.
Next, the teams battle for bragging rights.
Their install is rather simple, to say the least.
I think the box on the other team looks like a hot tub. I think it's pretty stupid.
We're now early in day two. You can start to see the Mini Masters' awesome interior and truck bed installation coming together, but there's a little bit of personality unrest on the team that could slow them down. The pickup artists are doing great on their suspension install, and they're way ahead on their scheduled plan. The question is, will their plan be ambitious enough to win?
It's pretty hard. Normally we've got at least, a couple weeks or whatever, and, trying to do everything in 3 days. Pretty tight. We're here all night.
We had a late night last night, but I think we should be able to get everything done that we said we're going to do, so hopefully.
What generally happens is someone slacks and the other three have to help out.
Carl, who left the garage earlier than his teammates last night and showed up late this morning, is moving slowly on the air ride build.
I think we're behind, I'd have to say. Hopefully if we can turn that around with some time.
On the other side, the pickup artists are moving like a well-oiled machine.
We're on day two now. Trying to finish up the rear suspension, get all done and welded in. Hopefully laying frame and hitting switches in about 4 hours or so.
Everybody worked really good together and helped each other out. Couldn't ask for a better team.
Okay, Egg, you're working on the rear suspension here. It's a bolt-in kit, but I see a bunch of welds. What's going on?
We just want to have a nice, strong, good frame so we can lay frame without twisting and worrying about failure of the bolts. Just want to make it a heck of a lot stronger.
Worried about getting the body prepped in time for paint, Stacy is concerned some of the supplies haven't shown up yet. So the veteran body man comes up with his own solution.
My parts didn't show up, so I just made them by hand.
The roll pan has a space between the tailgate and the roll pan, so end up having to make up a filler piece to go in here to tie it all in to shave everything out.
Stacy, you did a really good job of making your own fillers for those taillights, man. Really good job, man.
Trying to do all that in 2 days is like next to impossible.
Meanwhile, the Mini Masters continue to build, sand, and sculpt their elaborate bowl-shaped box.
A lot of work, a lot of sanding, but wow, it's gonna be worth it when it's done though.
But long before it's even finished, the Mini Masters tub-shaped box invites wisecracks from their rivals.
I think the box on the other team looks like a hot tub. I think it's pretty stupid.
Their install is rather simple, to say the least, so yeah, I'm looking forward to the differences.
To win another free part for their mini trucks, each team has agreed to put up one hot ride and a little side wager. It's time to crank up the competition in our Show and Shine Showdown. All right, teams, welcome to the showdown. Pickup artists, tell me about your truck.
We've got a 2002 Chevy Extreme, custom paint job, 18-inch chrome wheels with spinners, slamming stereo, front, back, side-to-side air ride, crazy interior, lots of TVs.
Fully customized for a client, Ryan worked on the stereo, video monitors, and entire entertainment system on this Chevy Extreme.
All right, Mini Masters, what you got for that?
We got 91 Suburban with a full Cadillac front end, stock floor body drop, 22-inch rims. It's got a full custom interior, fiberglass stereo. One of the biggest, baddest rides out there.
Frank designed and installed the entire audio system on this souped-up Suburban for a customer.
All right, teams, the winner of the Show and Shine Showdown will get that tonneau cover for the back of the truck and an electric actuator to operate it remotely. So let's see what the judges have to say.
Well, Brian, looks like they took a family Suburban and turned it into this monster here before us.
Color schemes are great. It's also got custom graphics down the side, some hand striping.
Big rims.
22-inch.
22. Want to check out the interior?
Dash and console all painted the same, base coat, clear coat, same color as the top of the truck. Really nice, custom wheel. What do you think of the interior?
It's looking really good. You want to go check out the suspension components in the trunk? All right. Oh, we got some pumps and dumps in here, Brian. We got 2 Pro Hopper pumps, 4 dumps on the top, 2 accumulators, and a nice stereo. What do you think,
Yeah,
Brian?
good job. Yeah.
Want to go check out the other truck?
Let's go.
All right.
This truck's real clean by the looks of it. Shaved door handles. It's got the body kit, really, really nicely done. And the paint is just beautiful on this. If you look down the side, it's just really be done perfect. It's like a mirror.
Matching custom paint on the spinners.
Check out the interior.
Yeah. Whoa, we got some kind of animal. Thinking ostrich?
It's an ostrich.
Custom center console. Got some switches.
Yep.
PlayStation.
Look in the back here. The box is done the same color as the truck. Base coat, clear coat. Really nice job.
Real clean.
Yep.
Let's go check under the tonneau cover of this thing.
Let's do it. There we go.
Oh, we got an airbag suspension in this one. We got a big tank here, a couple compressors.
Done a good job on this to match the outside color. They've also shaved the handle off the back, and they've got a beautiful roll pan. Clean job.
Real clean. Let's go tally it up.
Let's go see who wins.
All right.
All right, teams, the judges have looked at your trucks. They love the Extreme Suburban, the paint, the interior, but for total creativeness, they gave the prize to the S10 and the Pickup Artists.
Yeah.
All right, guys, let's get back to the garage and finish them off.
The Show and Shine doesn't count in their final score, but winning the tonneau cover will save the Pickup Artists a lot of time with their build. Both teams are back in the garage, and the race to finish is underway.
Right now, we're putting the wheels on. We're going to try and test out the rear suspension. Just want to make sure it goes up and down.
They're working on the box back there.
Trying to get this thing filled up in here with some Bondo here so we can smooth it all out.
I can't do much more with the interior until we get the door panels painted tomorrow. And then we'll finish putting in the system and should have sound tomorrow morning sometime, hopefully.
I think we got some life, Brad. No leaks, we're good.
It's the end of day 2, and the Pickup Artists are already testing their suspension. The Mini Masters are behind on their suspension build, but they're really ambitious in the bed. If they finish this, it's going to be an awesome truck. But that's a big if.
Down. As far as it goes. Oh, there's no weight on it. Stand on it. Both of these. If I hurt myself, you're getting one. I'll make sure. That's up. That's up.
Our build has come along great. I had no thought that we'd have this thing done this time. Like, I figured we'd be still working on the air ride and everything else on day 3. It usually takes a shop a lot longer than a day and a half like we did to put this air ride in.
I wouldn't say there's nothing to be afraid of. Anything can go wrong at any time.
Good work, guys.
With Egg's welding skills, so far the truck stays in one piece.
I think it's pretty good. All 3 of them worked very hard on putting an air ride system in. Now it'd be nice to see if they could do a stereo.
But intent on winning at the Lowrider Show, the Pickup Artists want to take their truck to a higher level.
Making up a couple brackets for a little surprise for the other team. We want to see if we can get this front end of this truck right off the ground by hopping it. We got a secret little weapon for that, and you guys will see that when it's all done.
Hopefully we can get it hopping right up in the air. We're not too sure. We haven't put the nitrogen, a high pressure gas to it yet. But yeah, it'll be bouncing around, dancing around, hitting sides.
With all this bragging going on next door, Darcy can't resist a peek at the competition's ride.
No problem? Do you feel like putting it back up?
No, we're tightening everything. Going over everything 100%.
First time around, eh?
Yeah, we lined everything up, and then we adjusted it.
Half-assed, and then you were jumping around bragging about it, and you weren't even done.
I never said it was done. It works.
I just went over to find out why they had it back up on the hoist. Thought maybe there was a problem with their air ride.
It will be done. long before theirs will be.
On the other side of the shop, the Mini Masters are far behind on their air ride, and the team is starting to wonder about Carl.
Our air ride guy is not really sure what he's doing, so yesterday I was getting nervous about the air ride, so without wheels and suspension we can't drive it. And he fatigued a little more drastically than the rest of us when it came, after 10 o'clock at night. Under pressure, I think it was a little much for him, a little surprising.
But Carl is more concerned with Frank's fancy truck box.
I'm worried about them more than anybody else. Hopefully they can get the box on tonight before they leave.
If we didn't get that box done, that was pretty much the highlight of our sound system.
With all that friction, the pickup artists decide to celebrate their success and rub it in with a few burnouts. With only 1 day left in the build, both teams know how tight it'll be to the finish line.
They'll be blowing smoke when they lose.
That's great! Look at that!
Hey, nice rims! Are you keeping those ones on there?
This is how you do War of the Wheels right here. Badass.
Coming up.
They're actually having trouble getting their truck started now, so.
Is the competition getting too hot to handle?
And why is the easiest part of the truck taking 2 days to build?
And will both teams make it to paint on time?
Pretty unsure about things at this time.
Day 3 in the competition, and both teams are rushing to get their mini truck bodies ready for paint.
Air ride's still not done. We're a little bit behind on that. I'm just hoping that when it comes back, everybody can start working like a team instead of in individuals, and we can get things done.
I didn't think we'd be going to paint this early. It just shows how good of a team we have, how we work together, that anything's possible in 3 days.
Stacy, the body man, has moved mountains to get the artist's truck ready for paint.
I think we'll get it done. Everybody else is just going over a couple last little things.
The job we did on the back end of the truck should have taken a normal shop at least a week. At least. He smashed that out in a matter of a day.
Press for time. Do what you can, sculpt the rest.
As you can see, we're well ahead of the other team. They're actually having trouble getting their truck started now, so.
I would have really liked it if we had it working and bouncing before we went to paint, but it just didn't work out that way.
We can take this truck outside right now and drag the ass off it up and down the street. What can they do? Put it up and down on the hoist, that's it.
Carl has finally finished his air ride suspension, but still has a few problems.
We have an issue with the fuel pump. I don't know what's going on with that. We're going to need the electronics wizard Frank to come over and have a look at it and get it up and running for us. It's a big setback. I was hoping to turn the key and it fire right up. That's how it was when we took it apart, so I was hoping that's what it would be when we put it back together.
But Carl has bigger concerns. He is now fully stressed out about the state of Frank's truck box, and frustration is boiling over.
I think my teammate's crazy. I haven't seen my box in 2 days. And why is the easiest part of the truck taking 2 days to build?
This part's gonna make or break the truck, so we gotta really go for it.
It's crunch time and nothing's getting finished. Everything's about 80% done, including the box. I haven't seen it in 2 days. I don't even know what it looks like.
They don't have team spirit. That's where they failed.
I know we're supposed to be going out to the paint booth pretty soon. I don't know if that's going to happen either. Pretty unsure about things at this time, to say the least.
Now the team wonders if Frank's elaborate box concept was too much for the timeline.
The box was a little bit too big of a project for this because it's more time consuming than anything else. The box held us back a lot.
Frank knows the box is a gamble, but thinks it's worth the risk.
If we had time dedicated to it, me and Easton would have had that thing pulled off, no problem. We had to help a little bit with the air ride, which sort of slowed us down a bit.
Frank likes stereos, and he is very, very talented. And I guess he kind of want to show off what he can do.
Even though the pickup artists lend a hand, they can't resist trash talking the Mini Master's fancy box.
That makes me want to just fill her up with water and jump in. It's like a hot tub.
Wait till you see it, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Winter.
Even though they still have so much to do, the Mini Masters are the first team to leave the garage for the paint shop.
See you later, have fun. I hope your truck falls off the trailer. You guys gotta do it all over again.
With their rivals out the door, the pickup artists are ready to install their secret weapon.
This is our secret weapon. This will make the truck hopefully launch about 1.5 feet in the air.
When this cylinder of nitrogen is hooked up to the air ride, it will give an extra boost of power, an advantage the Mini Masters don't have.
Get this at a high pressure, pump one into the bags, and we should have liftoff.
On the way to paint, Egg can't resist showing off how well the team's truck can dance. The Mini Masters arrive at the Fix Auto paint shop, but they still have a lot of prep to do before they're ready to shoot paint.
I think there's a lot of work still to be done. Too much work to be done still.
We weren't quite finished with the sanding over here, so once we got there, we just kind of tagged on it and went crazy and finished the sanding up.
While the truck goes into the paint bay to be primed, the Mini Masters work quickly to get all the remaining parts primed and ready for final paint.
Originally, we had chosen 2 colors to go with. Now we've gone with 1 straight color, so it'll speed the painting process up.
The pickup artists have decided to go all out at the paint shop with a challenging 3-tone color scheme.
It was new paint and everything else, but yeah, it was kind of fun trying to do 3 different colors in a short period of time. We were under tight deadline, tight schedule. When I sprayed the silver on over the sealer wasn't quite dry yet, so I had a big section that wrinkled up on me. So then we had to bake that and let that dry and go back in and water sand it all out and start over again.
He's just going at it. He says he doesn't need my help.
He's been doing it 10 years, if not longer. He's done some award-winning vehicles, award-winning bikes, and he knows what he's doing. It's great work.
If they see this at work, they'll make me do it twice as fast when I get back there.
I'm confident that when we come back from paint, we'll have it all together. We don't have all that much more work to do. I'm sure we can get it done before the deadline.
Originally, I thought at this point we'd have maybe 3 hours work, but now I'm thinking we might have like 6 hours work. So hopefully when we come back, though, everybody will be a little bit more at ease and we'll work as a team instead of individually and get things done.
Still to come.
Yeah, they pulled all my wires out, every single one of them.
Our team might have been slightly over-ambitious.
The final countdown.
Okay, teams, 1 minute.
And the teams reveal their rides.
There's only 3 hours left in the build, and the pickup artists are basically done. They're just screwing on the trim pieces and working in their prize tonneau cover. But the Mini Masters are way behind on their ambitious stereo installation, and I'm not placing any bets on them being done in time.
Yeah, they pulled all my wires out, every single one of them.
While the Mini Masters truck was in the paint shop, Darcy's stereo wiring was accidentally pulled out. Now it all has to be redone, and with the deadline approaching, they may not make it.
Hey, what's that one I'm pulling on? Is that tack?
That's tack.
But the team pulls together to help Darcy get the stereo done.
Is the bottom hole?
Even the competition notices the Mini Masters are finally acting like a team.
Looked like the whole team was actually functioning as a team a little bit and getting some work done. Last couple of days, it hasn't looked like that. Looks like it's been every man for himself over there, and woman, sorry.
They bit off a lot. They're trying to do a whole lot of stuff into a short period of time.
My only fear with not getting it done is actually getting the air ride 100% fully functioning. The stereo by the next hour will be 100% done. So now we're on to assembling everything.
With an hour to go and everything nearly done, the pickup artists put the finishing touches on their truck. Unlike their rivals, this team doesn't seem worried at all about the deadline.
I've got a little bit more work to do in the bed, paneling it off, just to do some fine detailing, stuff like that. Get the rest of the interior together. The air ride's done, finished. It's nothing more to do on that.
I'm actually shocked that we pulled that off in 3 days. All we have left is just finishing off the inside of the back of the truck, and then we should be able to go sit there and see how the other team does.
The deadline is now 20 minutes away. The Mini Masters are still struggling to finish on time, while the pickup artists are putting on their tonneau cover and doing some final polishing.
Our team might have been slightly over-ambitious.
We should have compromised that box and doing something else, and it would have brought us a lot more time. We would have been finished a lot earlier.
With no time to spare, the Mini Masters finally get their stereo completed.
Okay, teams, 1 minute. 1 minute left. You guys look pretty stressed. 30 seconds. 30 seconds, wrap it up.
Good build, man.
You gonna get through that drink in 30 seconds? Okay, teams, 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's time, guys. Put down your tools. Teams, it's been a tough 3 days, but the build is officially over. Pickup artists, how you feel?
A little tired. Came here to do this. We got it done. Just want to win this thing, get out of here.
Mini Masters, how about you guys?
Oh, we feel excellent. We pulled it off right at the wire, but we had to do something big to win, so that's all that matters. Take home first.
All right, guys, let's bring out your trucks. All right, pickup artist, tell me what you did to the truck.
We started off with a stock Sonoma, completely shaved the rear end on it, Frenched in some LED tail lights, 18-inch wheels on it, tricolor paint, adjustable air ride 3-link suspension, an in-dash DVD player, just off the hook, man.
All right, Mini Masters, what did you do to your S10?
Well, we started off with some big rims, air ride, lowered right to the ground. We went and did a crazy stereo, full fiberglass inside the box. It's complete with an air tank and 2 amps. It's ready to win.
Yeah. Okay, teams, they saw what you had to start with. Let's turn these over to the judges to see how you did.
Well, guys, just look at the amount of work that went into these trucks. It's making me sweat.
3 days later, we've got 2 beautiful trucks to judge here. This should be fun.
It's beautiful paint. Tell me about it.
Well, the paint's gorgeous. They've done a really nice job on it. They've got the 20-inch wheels. They've got a beautiful base coat, clear coat on it. This team chose to do a lot of refinishing in the back.
Is that a hot tub back there?
It's not a hot tub, but they do have some neat accessories in there. Chico?
Well, I can tell you, these guys have done a lot of work. You can see where they've molded the bed.
And air ride.
Yeah, of course.
Air ride suspension, airbags.
Well,
And we
that's your
can't
baby,
lift
yeah.
this up and look underneath here, but there's 2 airbags under here, a nice big tank, and probably some compressors under there. Makes this thing move around pretty good.
They've got 2 amplifiers. If you look inside, they've actually done a 15-inch screen, so the people in the back can watch the movies. They've done the head unit and the DVD. They've molded the doors. They've put the speakers at the bottom, aimed at the driver. They've got the speakers molded on top of the dash for better imaging. And if you guys look a little closer, they've done a woofer box with 2 12-inch, painted the same color as the truck.
Really clean.
This is a lot of work.
You want to go check out the other truck?
Let's go.
Well, look at this.
Really nice color combination. The blue is just beautiful. They've done a great job.
Start at the back?
Sure.
Good match.
Let's have a look.
Oh, we got an air ride, and look at this. This is a nice little bonus here. Nitrogen. That's like nitrous for a race car. I mean, that's the added touch. And the fabrication here, very nice welds.
They spent more time on fabrication than finishing inside this box, where the other team chose to do quite a bit more. So
Exactly.
we'll have to think about that. But again, look, no taillights. They've got LED lights in the bottom here for brake lights.
And if you guys take a look down here, we got some drag blocks down here. And what that is when you drive in about 30, 40 kilometers an hour, drop the back end down like a nice big pool of sparks for the guys behind you. Cops like that.
Well, guys, this truck is basically the same idea. They've molded the speakers at the bottom of the door. They've done a couple little touches. The 2 gauges on the pillar, that must have something to do with the air ride.
Yeah, what that is basically tells you how much pressure is in each bag. Lets you know how high you are up off the ground. Really nice added touch.
The radio is in the same location, obviously, but as you can see, it's a little different. The radio sticks out a little more, so they didn't put as much work as the other guys. You know, they've addressed the stereo. They've got a nice woofer on the box with the 2 amplifiers, a little more rain-friendly.
They spend most of their time in fabrication for this.
Absolutely, from what I can tell, yeah.
Yeah.
I still like what I see.
Real clean rides.
Yeah?
So should we go look at some scores?
Let's go.
Let's do it.
Okay, teams, the judges have looked at your trucks and given us their scores, but we're not going to tell you until the final test. That's when we go to a lowrider car show and take a popularity contest for which car the crowd likes better. Whichever truck gets more votes gets 10 bonus points. So, good luck. We'll see you at the event.
Right on, guys.
Next,
Who else can pull this off in 3 days? Nobody but my team.
it's showtime, and the teams let their trucks do the talking.
Hopefully we can get it hopping off the ground. We'll see at the public vote.
What? What?
After an intense and exhausting build, the teams are ready for the final stage of the competition. Here at Scrape by the Lake, Canada's largest lowrider competition, the teams have to win the crowd. With their transformed mini trucks sitting side by side, the teams have to campaign for votes, and whoever wins in the ballot box wins the all-important 10 bonus points.
What?
Before the voting begins, it's the last chance for the Mini Masters and the pickup artists to shine up their reborn Chevys.
I think we have the best chance to win. Look at this master install. This is awesome. Who else can pull this off in 3 days? Nobody but my team.
So you built that bed basically out of nothing, right? Or out of how many cans of...
Oh, there's probably about 6 cans of Bondo in there, fiberglass resin, maybe 3 gallons. It's pretty loaded up. Yeah, it's about 500 pounds. We had to carry it with 5 guys to lift it to put it back on, where normally it takes 2 people to lift it off.
It's hard to say what people think about the hot tub. Really, I think it's a big waste of space. You do a lot of other things to the box. We'll see at the public vote.
I think we have a pretty good chance. It's going to be close. I think it'll be within a few points if we lose.
We better win. We did 3 times the truck the other team did in the same amount of time. They put an air ride system in. The air ride system is basically a bolt-in system. Even though we rode Carl hard about doing the air ride, he was one guy doing the whole air ride. They had a whole team do it for 3 days.
I don't know. I kept saying all along that we'd get it done, but I wasn't sure.
We built this to be more practical. Tunnel cover, everything's all covered. You look over here, only drive it on nice sunny days like this. Can't really drive around with your amps exposed out in the back all the time. This is a year-round vehicle pretty much. Nitrogen time, we're good to go.
The pickup artists have brought their secret weapon, a nitrogen bottle to allow their truck to bust some big moves.
Our tank of nitrogen allows us to turn up the pressure. The more pressure we put to it, the faster it'll go up, and hopefully we can get it hopping off the ground.
It takes a beating, but it looks nice.
They seem pretty confident, but it looks too practical. I thought we were building trucks to be show trucks.
Before the polls open, the teams fire parting shots at each other's designs.
What's this? You can't drive this every day. You can't drive it in the rain. It's a good thing that
The
it's
stereo
nice
might
and sunny.
cut out, but hey, you can still drive it.
A lot of money wasting away back there if the stereo cuts out in the rain, isn't it?
Absolutely. Hey, it's only a fuse though if it cuts out.
You think half these cars drive in the rain? Not one of them. They put them away, they wax them up.
That fully loaded 63 Impala up there drives in the rain. Everything drives in the rain, man. Trailer queen right there. Jump.
The polls are open and the competition is heating up. Now it's time for each team to hustle as many votes as they can.
Hey, the best team
May
win,
the best
buddy.
team win, best truck win, but you know something? We're going to take it away.
Nice try, buddy.
We might need to do a little bit of enticing. And you guys want to vote? Mini Masters right here. Pickup artists, you don't need to worry about them. You guys want to vote? You don't need to check nothing out. Just vote for Mini Masters.
Vote early, vote often, get them in. We're almost out of ballots. Get them in.
While the pickup artists hope to dazzle the crowd with more aggressive dance moves, the Mini Masters hope to win this beauty contest with their ride's dramatic design.
Vote for us.
How you feeling about the response from the crowd now that you're talking to them about the truck?
A lot of people coming up, admiring the whole rear bed. That's going to sell the truck. That's what's going to make it win.
All right, Egg, what do you have to say to that? They're confident in their truck. How you feeling?
More than confident. Anybody in this crowd can build one of these things, drive it every day, rain, shine, snow.
Come on, guys. You want to come in and vote? Take a look at the trucks?
The pickup artist truck was built to dance, and the crowd is loving it.
We're going to lose because their dance is better than ours.
All right, teams, War of the Wheels teams. There's 10 ballots left out there. You got to sell your trucks, get those ballots in for your trucks.
So they're meant to lay frame, not just to sit there and look pretty. Drive it every day, rip up the friggin' streets.
I think I hear a compressor going that's taking about an hour to fill up one little tank.
Look at that thing, not doing nothing.
We've been hitting switches for the past about 45 minutes and they're still waiting.
Theirs is bouncing around like crazy, and everybody's like, well, yours isn't doing anything. I'm voting for theirs. So I just got to get out there and work harder.
All right, people, we've only got a few ballots left, a few minutes left to vote. Get a ballot and vote. We're going to shut it down.
Just vote for the black one.
The votes are almost all in. We've used up almost all the ballots, and the voting will be done. And after that, we're going to see who wins the 10 bonus points. All right, teams, that's the end of the ballots. The ballots are all gone. Voting is closed. Congratulations. We'll count them up.
Count them up so we know we won.
Okay, teams, I've seen the ballots and the crowd loved both of your trucks. But first, let's talk about what the judges had to say. Remember that the trucks were scored out of 20 points for each major category. Now, on mechanical and suspension work, the judges loved the pickup artist's work and gave them 20 points out of 20.
Nice.
But the Mini Masters weren't far behind with 17 points out of 20. On interior and audio, the judges gave the Mini Masters 18 points, which was 3 more than the pickup artist.
Good job, guys.
And on bodywork and exterior, the judges gave the Mini Masters 19 points and the pickup artist 17 points.
Good job, guys.
So that's a total of 54 points for the Mini Masters, 52 points for the pickup artist. So it comes down to the all-important ballot box and the crowd's vote. Now, there are over 230 ballots counted. The margin of victory was only 7 votes. The total was 119 votes to 112 votes. And the War of the Wheels goes to the Mini Masters. Congratulations.